I wanted to quit day trading not once, not twice, over 10 times in the last few years. Especially in your first year, you experience a lot of doubts and lack of belief in yourself. Or if you've been trying to be profitable for the last year or 2 years, 3 years, and you're still not profitable, you start asking yourself, am I meant for this? Is trading meant for me? Maybe I've been delusional. Maybe I should go back to my regular 9 to 5 job or focus on something else, and trading is just not working. If you've been there, and I feel like all of us, all of the traders, we've experienced that, and after every red day or red strike, we start having all of those doubts and we lose that confidence. So today in this video, I want to share my story of what helped me and how to get out of that state when you feel like you are stuck and you want to quit. You are already thinking like, that's it, I am done, screw that trading, and you're wanting to get out of this, and how to avoid getting in that stage, how to avoid getting burned out from trading, that you feel so exhausted that you cannot do that anymore. Also, stay tuned that in this video I'm going to share as well my screenshots of my profits and my journey in the last 5 years. I want to showcase how it's been for me, how my journey was in and out, how I got that beginner luck of making money and then not being really profitable, being break even for a few years in a row. So I'm going to share it all and how much I'm up on my account year to date as well. So I'm going to disclose all of those numbers. It's my first time sharing it publicly, so please be respectful of that as well. So let's start with my journey and how it's been for me. And if we go back even to my background, I've changed my career path a lot. I've changed my career path over 5 times. I worked in the marketing industry for 5 years as a marketing manager. Then I worked as a teacher at school. Then I had my own business language school. Then I also worked in design because that was my dream since I was a kid. I wanted to do design, so I got a diploma in interior design. Then I also did drop shipping and all other different businesses. So I've tried so many things in life. And I've always had that feeling that something is missing. Like I've never felt like this is it. This is it when something clicked inside of you. And when I started day trading, not investing, because I've been investing for like longer term or swing trading for quite some time, since 2018. And when I started day trading futures, that's when everything clicked inside of me. That's when for the first time in my life, I was like, I know that I'm going to succeed in it. I know that no matter what it takes, I will succeed in it. And by having that mindset, by having that approach towards trading, that definitely helped me and has been helping me a lot in my journey, because I truly believe. And when you struggle, when you go through bad days, when you go through so many losses, you have that inner belief that no matter what, you still believe, and that's what helps you to move forward. That's what pushing you forward no matter all of the struggles. So first, everything starts with your inner belief. Start believing that you can do that. Start believing that I'm going to succeed. Literally, negative self-talk affects us a lot. Please stop all of the negative self-talk. And as I shared before, I love talking negatively to myself. And that's a reality. I am very critical with myself. And I've also shared that recently that I am that kind of person who I hate getting things wrong. I want everything perfect. So something that trading has been teaching me is to remove those imperfections and look at those imperfections as a part of the growth, as part of the journey. So please, no more negative self-talk. That's where everything starts. You gotta believe in yourself, and no matter what, in the past, when I would have a whole month of losing, I would look at it from the perspective, okay, what can I learn from this? I will take some time off, recharge, but I will always come back because I truly believe that I'm meant for this, and I truly believe that I'm going to succeed. And without that, trading is a long-term game. We all know that. And you may be winning in the first year, you may be winning in 2 years, but you may have some setbacks. And if you don't have that belief, those setbacks can affect you a lot. So setbacks can literally set you back, that you are feeling that you're done with trading and you don't want to do that anymore. I've had those moments where I would literally have a mental breakdown because it just wasn't working. It was not working. I would say, like, I'm not meant for this. Trading is this and this and this and this. It takes all of me. Why I'm not succeeding? Why it's not working? Like, and all of those whys. But when you look at yourself, you're like, okay, I am grateful for that experience. I am learning. You gotta stay patient. That's a key. Do not rush. Do not look at other people around you, what they do, what is their speed. I feel like we tend to compare ourselves a lot in this space, especially when you see younger generations, like kids and teenagers at the age of 17 or 18, making millions of dollars out of crypto market. You start feeling some sort of jealousy inside of you, like they can do that, why I cannot do that, why they get the money and I don't get it, why they get it fast and easy and I'm not. And I want you to say, everybody has their own journey. You don't know so many things behind the scenes. You don't know what those people experienced in their life, what is in the future for them. So be grateful for your past, for your journey. You are in your own game. Do not look what other people have. You don't know, as I just said, behind the scenes what other people experience. It's the same idea with the social media. You may look online and say, like, she is living a perfect life. I want to live that life. But are you sure you want to have that life? Do you know my background? Do you know my story? Do you know the struggles I've been going through in life? I don't think so. So we just see one side of a coin and people show what they want to show. And you just got to remember that a life is not perfect. It's not always about the unicorns. And we got to enjoy the process. And when we focus on the end result only, we tend to lose it all. Like when we are so focused on how much we're gonna make and that profit, that's when things don't go according to the plan, okay? So enjoy the journey, enjoy the process, and don't speed up. Another important point that I want you to remember, and that's something that I feel is gonna help you not only in trading, but in your whole life overall. If you get into the conflict with people, if you feel tired, miserable, with a mental breakdown. So if we talk specifically about trading, we gotta separate ourselves from our losses. You are not your loss. You are not your losing trade. You are not your red day. So what happens is that we tend to mix it up. So we have a loss. Let's say I lost money yesterday, and we quickly identify ourselves with that loss. I am that loss. I am a loser. Not that you had a losing trade, but you put it on yourself. And what happens when we don't separate ourselves with that trade? So we're gonna lose. That's the facts. In life, we're gonna lose. Look at professional athletes. When they compete in the races, they compete in different games, Olympic games, whatever, they lose. You cannot win every single competition, and that's part of life. You will lose. Yes, you will win majority, like in many cases, if we're looking overall in the picture, right, winning, but you will have those races where you lose. I love Formula One. I'm a Formula One fan. Look at the races. If you watch Formula One, you cannot win every race, right? You cannot win every single race, and you will have losing races, but it doesn't mean that you're not going to secure the full championship overall by the end of the year, right? So same idea with the trading. So separate yourself from your trade, because you will have losing trades. You will have losing days. But it doesn't say that you are a bad person. It does not mean that you are a loser. You're a bad human. You suddenly project that into all different spheres of your life. Because what happens is that, I'm gonna share it from my personal experience, I would say, I am a loser. I just lost. I'm a bad trader. I'm a loser. I'm a bad person. I'm a bad friend. I'm a bad daughter. I'm a bad sister. And I'm a bad partner, and so on. And all of just one, this losing trade affects you fully, your body, your mental state, and it affects your relationships with this world, with the people in general, and how you feel. So please separate yourself. Do not identify of who you are. Don't put those labels on yourself just because of that losing trade, okay? That's not definition of who you are, because you just lost. You separate yourself. If you cannot separate yourself mentally from that, do it physically. Have a dedicated trading space where you trade. So when you physically get out of that space, you literally leave that place and you physically go and move on with your life. You can physically take a step out. There is literally like a practices like this in psychology and therapy where you physically stand in one place and imagine as you are getting out of that space, this is your trading, this is your losing position, this is your loss, and this is you. Okay, so like literally look at it from the side, and this is not you. Your results do not identify of who you are, okay? This is a key point I want you to remember, and that's gonna help you down the road. Do not beat yourself down, because what happens when we beat ourselves down, when we are so critical with ourselves because of that trade. Because of that trade, one losing trade, I am a failure in everything that I do in life. And that's not the way to go in a long-term perspective. So I hope you got that point. Let me know what you think about it. Let's look at my trades. Let's look at my journey. Let's look at all of the screenshots. And it's, again, as I shared before, it's my first time sharing it all. So please be respectful, okay? down the road. So last 2 years, as I said, I started investing. I started investing in 2018 with my bank, and then when the COVID happened, of course, you had all the time and opportunity to study and learn more about the market. So if we look at 2020, last 5 years, you will see there are Canadian dispositions and USD. For why there's a loss in Canadian, I was like, it's just a human error. I would sometimes be lack of attention, and instead of placing the positions in US dollars, I would place in Canadian dollars, just change of an accounts. So that's why that probably was just for conversion fees and just my mistakes of not paying enough attention to the things. So in Canadian dollars, realized lost 172, and in US in 2020, this is the whole year 2020, 10,000 US dollars made realized gain. You can see it on a screenshot that this is a realized gain and loss. Not a bad start, considering how the time of uncertainty, there were many other stuff happening. That's when I started focusing on my business. That's when I started slowly launching my online language school as well. And then we moved to 2021. And look at 2021, again, same mistake with the Canadian side, don't pay attention to that. And we have US 61K made in 2021. What's important to say here? This was made in 1 month. There were no real trades in 2021 because, again, I was focusing on building my language school and opening it up and just growing and so on. So 2021, I was just not focusing on trading. And this is what I call beginner's luck. To make 60K US dollars in 1 month, this is a beginner's luck. This is literally just, 1 month, closer by the end of the year. That's what happened. Like, I did not do a lot of things at the beginning of the year, and 60K were made at the end of the year. We got that beginner luck, then we moved to 2022. So we got the beginner's luck, making 60K. So in the whole 2022 year, I made only $2,300 from trading. You see where I'm leading with that? I could have just given up. I could have just said like, you see, it's not working. Like something is off. I got the beginner luck, and it's only 2K a year from trading. Like, this is questionable if it's gonna be working for me. You start having doubts. Then we move to 2023. 2023 also, honestly, 5K. 5K, spending so much time and effort in doing that. And in 2023, that's when I started learning futures, day trading futures. So in futures in 2023, I did not really make anything. It was literally break even because I was focusing on trading prop firm account. I was up and down, up and down. So 2023, yes, it was there was some profit, but not crazy, not anything crazy. And as I said, I dedicated so much time to study. So in 2023 was a time of learning more and diving deeper in understanding the market, the fundamentals of the market and the futures market. And yeah, I was just so focused on that part, on improving my skills and improving my knowledge, going to different workshops, studying online. And that's why when we got into 2024, that's 2024. In 2024, from trading, total realized gain is $165 US. And this is an example to show you that you get the beginner's luck, then for 2 years in a row, you're technically only made for the whole year 2K and 5K. And I could have just said, like, literally, screw it. It's not working. It's not working. Something is off. I don't think I'm meant for this. Yeah, I'm dedicating so much time and effort because in 2023, I was trading full time. In 2023, that's when I struggled and had some immigration issues, and I just stopped working. I I was forced to lose my job in 2023 just because I wasn't allowed to work. And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go and study day trading, and I'm gonna dive deeper into studying futures because I had all the time in the world to do that. And because I'm good with my savings and my investments, I didn't have to worry about many things. And yeah, that's why I could have just given up. I could have looked at it as I wasted so much time in 2023 studying and studying and studying and learning, and for what? Like, it's easy to give up. It's easy to give up. Technically, all you need to do is just not to show up next day. That's it. But it's hard to continue going. That's when majority of people, they struggle succeeding in trading, and that's why we only have 1 to 2% of people actually being consistently profitable and making money for living out of trading, because people give up. People want fast results here right now, and they're not willing to commit. They're not willing to stay patient and wait for that reward, wait for that time, and continue working, continue grinding, continue focusing on improving your skills. Because again, it's easy to give up, but it's hard to continue going once things get tough. And that's what is going to make you different and stand out from other people. You continue working and persevere all the struggles and learn from those struggles and grow in the future. So that's 2024. For 2025, year to date is 50K, around 50K. And honestly, at the beginning of the year of 2025 was tough. As you know, if you watched my previous video, the futures haven't been working and going that great for me. I've almost lost the account for day trading futures, and I had to readjust. February and March were tough with readjusting, with the Trump coming, with the tariffs. It's been challenging. And of course, at the beginning of the year, I experienced some setbacks and a mental state when I'm like, maybe I should just pause for some time. I'm not sure if I know how to trade this specific market, but again, you have to readjust. You have to adapt. It's like surfing. You surf that wave, don't go against the wave. You just take your board and you go and take the opportunity. So year to date, maybe not super on track based on my plans for this year, but grateful for this, grateful for making 50K so far this year, and slowly but surely taking that time, readjusting the strategy, readjusting the trading style as well. And I feel like it's going to pay off down the road. Sometimes you need to take one step back to reassess, to make 10 steps forward, okay? But that's kind of my journey. That's how it's been in the last 5 years. And you know, you are up, you got that beginner luck, you are down, like break even on the year, but then you kind of have your breakthrough, and all you have to do is stay consistent, focused, and push forward. So if we do the recap, if you are already in the state where like, screwed, I want to quit, I am done, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to get out of that state of losing and all of the struggles, here are some of my advice for you. Start with journaling. Please journal and analyze your trades, not just your trades, but your emotional states as well. See what's working, what's not working, where the strategy is not working, and clearly analyze, am I losing right now because of my strategy, because my strategy is no longer working, let's say with the new president administration? Is it because of my strategy and I need to make some changes to it? Or is it because of my emotions? Maybe your strategy is working, you've back tested it, and you know that there's nothing wrong with this, but it's your emotions that are pulling you back. That's when you have revenge trading, that's when you start chasing the market, that's when you struggle, and that's the area for improvement. So if we don't journal, if we don't analyze the trades and our behaviors, we just don't know what to improve. It's just blindly, like, and how is it different from gambling? Like, seriously, I'm saying you one more time, if you don't analyze it, that equals to gambling, because you don't know how things could have changed, and you don't know what's working and what's not working down the road as well. Next advice is step away and reduce the screen time, and take some time off when you experience and when you have red days. We underestimate sometimes our feelings and our emotions and how we are getting triggered mentally from all of those red days. Red days, in many cases, it's not just about losing money, it's how mentally heavy you feel. So if you experience a red day, I highly encourage you, and you know that mentally it feels heavy, I encourage you to take next day off. If you feel like you need to reset, you need a little bit more time. If you experience a red strike, maybe take a week off, clear your head, and come back stronger next day. Reminder, you don't have to trade daily to make money. Market is going to be here. If you take a day off for your mental health, you are going to recharge and come back with a clear head and make more money, rather than you're mentally in the wrong space and you will end up even losing more because you struggle. So remember that taking days off and taking some time off is essential, and disconnecting and taking time off the screen is also important to do. Next advice is to focus on the process. Do not just look at the end goal. Do not get too attached to the profit and wanting it fast. Look at the process. Look at what you are learning during the process, how you maybe not just learn the trading skills, how you're learning things about yourself. Trading has been a major teacher for me on my personal growth, not just the finances, but my personal growth. When I saw that I'm the calmest and most patient person ever, but it's not. Trading actually showed me that there's a lot of room for improvement in that. So enjoy the process of studying, of learning. That's also gonna help you a lot to appreciate that present moment and your journey. And the last but not least is don't isolate, find a community. I do have a Spirit Trading free community. Please feel free to join my community. Don't want to join my community, want to find something else, go ahead and find something else. But I just want you to understand that you're not alone on this journey. And the moment you isolate yourself from the people, that's where you start being in your thoughts, where you overthink, when you have some negative thoughts, negative talk. It's better to go to the communities that can support you during those red days. Find some uplifting words and be there for you, because we are traders. We experience the same stuff and you're not alone on this journey. So find the community, join the community. If you've joined my community, I am there for you to support you during those hard moments. And if we move forward down the road, how to avoid that burnout when you feel like, I'm tired of trading, I've had enough of it. First thing is find something to do outside of trading. Find something to do in your free time, the way to disconnect. There's life, right? The life does not evolve around trading only. So it's great that you want to study, you want to spend so much time. It's great to have that screen time, but please, you need something to do outside of trading. Go for a walk, do physical activity, do sports, meet with your friends, hang out, and I don't know, do painting, drawing, do music, do something to disconnect and clear your head. Find another activities to do, because again, life happens and it's not always about trading, and it's better for you to spend some time on clearing your head, doing another activity that it's good for your soul, good for your mental health, so you can come back stronger next day with a clear head, with maybe more inspiration and more focus. Another thing to avoid the burnout is meditations. I know some people don't believe and don't like and understand my approach towards meditations, but it's true. Like, we are all humans. We have those stress, we have the anxiety from the red days, when we lose confidence, when we lose belief in ourselves, and meditations and some breathing techniques can help you a lot to gain it back, to gain that inner peace back and calmness. So if you feel like you're mentally getting affected and feeling heavy from all of the losses and from trading as well, trading brings you anxiety, I highly encourage you to do the meditation practices or do the breathing. At least just 5 minutes a day will make a huge difference. Do not underestimate the power of just disconnecting and breathing it all out. And yeah, probably the last one is the boundaries with screen time. I mentioned it before. Know and set the limits how much you trade per day. We tend to overtrade because we spend so much time on focusing on the screen. We don't have proper setups anymore. We take the trades we're not supposed to trade. Limit your screen time. Yes, like when you are the beginner, you want to get a lot of those screen hours of just literally practicing looking at the charts. But again, later on, for example, right now, I actively trade only for like 1.5 hours, up maximum 2 hours, and then I'm done. I move on with my day with other activities and things I do. So limit the screen time, have some boundaries a little bit. So it's not only trading for 20 hours a day, you know? But that's technically it for today. So we covered lots of things. I just shared my journey. We talked about the advice that I have for you when you feel stressed and that you want to quit, what to do in the future, how to avoid the burnout. I shared my journey with you as well, some of my screenshots and how it's been for me in the last 5 years. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know if you've been in that stage that you want to quit, like you're done, I'm giving up. And maybe you are feeling like this right now and you've been struggling, and just go and try out all of those advice that I shared with you. And the key point out of this whole video, I want you to remember why one key idea, if I could just bring up one key advice, is to separate yourself. Don't identify yourself with your losing trade. You are not your loss. You are not your red day. You are amazing human being, and please don't get attached to that. Thank you everyone for watching. Wishing you lots of profits. Enjoy your journey, enjoy the process, and I'm gonna see you in my next video. Have a good one, everyone.